SpaceX, Starlink, and Tesla. In this video, I'm going to be covering about how they all three connect and how Tesla is going to benefit greatly from SpaceX launching up a bunch of satellites called Starlink to basically provide the world, cover the world in beautiful internet juice. In this video, we are going to be breaking down what Starlink is and how Tesla is going to benefit from that. So if that stuff interests you, then keep watching this video. Click that thumbs up button if you get value and you like this kind of content, because I sure do. I love all things space, Tesla, and I'm super excited about what is happening with SpaceX right now with this whole Starlink project. So let me go ahead and jump into it, telling you who I am. My name is Ian Smith. If you don't know who I am, I run an Amazon marketing agency, do a lot of internet marketing, and that's my whole business. That's how I make my living. But yeah, let me go ahead and jump into showing you first what Starlink is. All right, so here's just a quick video.
The satellites are much closer to Earth, with most sitting 550 kilometers or 340 miles above the planet's surface, whereas many others are at least 1,000 kilometers out. But there are disadvantages to sitting at a lower altitude. The satellites will see less of the planet, so a lot more are needed to cover an area.
Okay, so basically, all these, hundreds or actually thousands of satellites, right now they got approved for 12,000 satellites, but they will have up to 42,000 satellites in the air, in the atmosphere. As you can see on this video, they're like in this grid system where they're like, close to each other, very low, 340 miles off the Earth, which still seems like insanely high. 340 miles, that's crazy. So potential 42,000 all time. Not really sure what they mean by 9,000 on that. Let me unmute her.
And not going unnoticed when you look up at the sky. The latest ones have a visor to make them less shiny than these, but astronomers doubt this will make them completely invisible to the eye.
So I guess we are going to see them like crazy. This is going to be so weird looking up at the night sky and seeing like a lot more satellites. I go camping a lot in Colorado, or I used to at least, and we would always see, because like when you're out in the woods, there's like no light, right? So you can see like every single star, you can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, and you would see a couple of satellites here and there, pick them out, and every 5 minutes you would see one fly by. Nowadays, we're going to really start to see a lot more, and this is going to be kind of weird, but if it means that you can get internet, like high-speed internet while camping in the mountains, that's crazy. Or you can be in the middle of the desert, or you can be in another country, like high-speed internet everywhere. This is definitely going to change the game for the amount of people that are on the internet. And it's going to obviously change the game with how Tesla runs. Just in the basic sense of how SpaceX benefits Tesla. Think about all the R&D and the advancements that they're making with SpaceX. They're going to for sure bring that stuff over into Tesla. I know for a fact, like why would they not? If they made some new kind of lightweight, ultra strong metal, or why wouldn't they bring that into their cars? So on that level, for sure, we're going to see improvements. But with just the straight across internet level, SpaceX is about to be launching this thousands of satellites.
Questions have been raised about how this will add to debris in space, commonly called space junk, defined as any object that no longer has a purpose.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that we're gonna have to worry about, is a bunch of just junk. We're polluting. Not only do we pollute our little bubble here on Earth, but now we're gonna be polluting our bigger bubble out in the atmosphere. So that's gonna be super cool to see. Just kidding, that's sarcasm. Anyway, so like I said, space internet. It's going to be exciting. 42,000 small satellites in total. They just filed for 30,000 more. They already got 12,000 approved by the, what is the place that approved it? SpaceX submits paperwork for 30,000. I forgot. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission is who they're trying to get approval from. 30,000 additional satellites. It's like, take an inch and we give you an inch and you take a mile. Like, they're legit. They got 12,000. Now they're trying to get 30,000 more, which is just crazy. So right now they have nearly 900 satellites launched. And like I said, they're going to be 340 miles high. So right now, their beta program is going to be offering speeds of 50 megabits per second up to 150 megabits per second. I don't know how the range is. But I mean, that's decently fast. I think right now my internet speed is like 400 megabits per second because I'm all about the internet. I got to have fast download and I got to have fast upload. So right now I would not be so happy with those speeds, but I may even sign up just to have it. I mean, the price on this, what they're looking at, let me see if I can. So you have a one-time upfront payment of $4.99, and that's to buy the actual receiver system. And then, there's always those startup costs and things like that. But then your monthly service is going to be $99 per month. Now, this is just the beta program that they're looking to be launching here pretty soon, probably for select locations around the world. But I don't know how great there will also be brief periods of no connectivity at all. So when you're in the beta program, I mean, you're going to have to expect things to be rocky. Customer support is probably going to be kind of bad. So you probably want to have this as like your backup internet. This is not going to be your primary internet. By the way, it says that over 700,000 individuals have already signed up for email updates on the Starlink website. Now, I personally signed up. If you want to sign up, you can go to starlink.com. This is the website right here. Put your email address, put your actual mailing address, wherever you want the service to potentially be. But I definitely recommend signing up if this stuff is interesting to you. Let's now talk about Tesla and what does this do for Tesla. So first of all, you got to know that Tesla cars, when they connect to the internet, they are transferring 500 times more data than the average smartphone contract. So those, when they're doing the autopilot, full self-driving, autonomous driving, a ton of data is being collected and being sent over to Tesla servers. So they do need very fast, high bandwidth, low latency, obviously, because it's a moving vehicle, moving pretty fast. So you need to have some very legit internet connection. And right now, our cell coverage across the US alone is pretty spotty. I mean, when I'm just driving an hour and a half away to another city where I got some family, I see we lose signal big time when we go through the forests. So having a legit solid connection is going to be pretty crucial for the Teslas performing as best as possible, performing like Elon planned that they would perform. So having high bandwidth, large amounts of speeds. And let me actually see right here. I don't know if I covered the latency is going to be 20 milliseconds to 40 milliseconds over the next several months. Starlink hopes to offer internet speeds at about a gigabyte. Or 1,000, roughly a gigabyte, 1,000 megabits per second, comparable to 5G, which is about a gigabyte. I think a gigabyte is like 1,200 megabits per second. But yeah, 5G is 1,400 megabits per second. But if Starlink can get up to 1,000 megabits per second, then that is pretty freaking fast for satellite internet. So if they can get up to 1,000 megabits per second, I think that's definitely going to solve their Tesla bandwidth, just constant updates, daily updates to their servers. And also, I think that right now, when you get a Tesla, you get LTE coverage, right? So that's got to be a cost to Tesla to have that kind of constant connectivity. So that's already a savings, and that's a benefit that Tesla is going to see, is that they're not going to have to spend as much money for their internet connection for their cars. What this also offers is an even larger market for their cars. Now more people around the globe can buy their cars because of the better internet connection, especially the places that are in super remote areas that don't have super easy access to power. You get some Tesla solar panels, you get some, batteries and all the different options that Tesla offers with their energy production and storage mixed in their car. And now you have internet mixed in with their other. I mean, this is just crazy stuff that's happening. It's just mind blowing. So even more off-grid opportunities, places where cell signal isn't. The cell phone companies and the internet companies. So Time Warner, Comcast, AT&T, Verizon, like Tesla is now taking on those big giants. They're also taking on GM and Ford and all the, Toyota, all the massive car companies. Like, dude, Tesla is trying to do some crazy stuff. Like, they are taking on some big people. And I know that Tesla isn't taking on Comcast and Time Warner directly. It's SpaceX that's doing this, but Elon runs both companies. So you better believe that there's going to be some crossover there. Like it says here, more data being sent to Tesla servers more often, which means smarter autonomous driving, which means their full self-driving FSD, is going to be getting a lot better. And then they're also talking about Tesla cars. You know, people in the rumors are talking about Tesla cars potentially being a signal place, you know, to receive the signal. Obviously, it's going to have to receive the signal and have that built-in antenna, but also being able to transmit the signal to other cars, to basically acting like a Wi-Fi hotspot. You know, it brings in that internet from the satellite, and then you can then sit in there and browse your Tesla's Wi-Fi. Maybe even if your Tesla's parked in your garage, you can then just beam it in. So maybe if you wait long enough, instead of signing up for Starlink and having to pay that $500 for that antenna for your house, maybe you just wait to buy the Teslas when they're outfitting the Teslas with the receivers. And then your Tesla is now like the core of your house, man. It's your transportation. It could potentially be your battery for when maybe your power goes down. Now you can just run your house off of your Tesla's battery. It's another thing talking about in the rumor mills. The internet is now coming in from your Tesla. I'd imagine your Tesla would have to be parked outside, though. Maybe it wouldn't be parked in your garage, because I don't know how it's going to get signal there. Yeah, a lot of stuff is in the works with SpaceX and Starlink and Tesla, and you know, then you roll on Uber, the whole robo-taxi for Tesla, and that could potentially take on Uber and Lyft. And then Tesla Insurance, and they're taking on Progressive and Geico. So it's like Tesla is really, I do believe Tesla is going to be $1 trillion company. I'm an investor in Tesla. I have a bunch of Tesla stock, and I'm just holding it. You know, it's been a rocky road so far. It just goes up and down. It's pretty volatile. But I do believe Tesla is going to be equivalent, if not larger, than Apple and Amazon. I don't know about larger. I don't know. Apple to me seems like it's a little overvalued. But Tesla having $1 trillion market cap seems pretty legit when you take into account the insurance, when you take into account the energy play, creation, storage, and the transportation play, the cars, potentially robo-taxis, and I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that Tesla's got up its sleeve, and when you factor in all the stuff that SpaceX has up its sleeve, and how that can kind of, you know, help Tesla get even better. I mean, this is crazy stuff, and I'm super excited. Have I mentioned that this is crazy? Because I'm just mind blown about all this stuff. It's super exciting to me. If this is exciting to you, click that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts, and yeah, I guess I'll just catch you in the next one. See ya.